So I'm halfway through my 2-year Master of Creative Music Therapy program in Sydney. Being a full-time student during pandemic has been quite interesting. Now I'm summarizing 7 things that I learned in my first year of doing this degree. Pandemic or not, this journey has been wonderful and inspiring. So I was an accountant before I started studying music therapy. Now, music therapy, obviously unlike my Bachelor of Commerce degree, is best delivered face-to-face due to the course content. And placements are a big part of the learning process. After our first semester back in March this year, we were in lockdown, and then we spent 90% of our time at home writing essays and practicing instruments on our own. When second semester started in July, things were getting better, lockdown was eased, and then we started getting back to campus and going to placement. So here are the 7 things that I learned. Student mindset. Mindset is everything. You probably won't be surprised I say that, given that mindset is one of the core contents that I share online. Since I got accepted by my uni, I was so determined to learn everything from every book, every article, and every interaction. I came from a different background, and I knew there was a lot to catch up. I made Be Humble my motto. Just because I'm good at playing the piano doesn't mean that I can play fluently with my clients. If you keep reminding yourself that knowing you can always learn something from any situation, any area, is gonna make you succeed. Your learning speed will multiply. And this student mindset, basically applies to any area in life. A learning system. It's a master degree for God's sake, so you need to organize your notes, your thinking, and also keep track of your tasks. This is one big piece of advice I wish I knew when I was doing my bachelor degree. Your desk in your room can be as messy as you wish, but you need a solid note-taking, task management, and learning system in place. I cannot stress this enough. If you want to stay on top of the study game, you need to know where you are at, how to store and reference across different information, and link scattered ideas. You also need to know when you are the most productive, when you are in the flow state, and when to recharge. Does it sound too complicated? There is one powerful tool that can achieve all these things. Notion. Hands down the best note-taking and task management system ever. By the way, it's free. It does take time to set things up and see what works best for you, but it's so worth it. Sign up for that, Google some templates to start with, and watch some YouTube videos about Notion setup. It's going to change your life. Since discovering Notion in late 2019, I have moved my life management there. I didn't even recall how life was like without it. I began to fall in love with systems. A set of processes I can always rely on. It boosts my efficiency when I was doing my 3,000-word essay and literature review. It helped me to keep track of other assignments. It helped organize my life and prioritize my tasks. Now I've used Notion as a creator and a student for a year, I can proudly tell you that it is the best system I've ever set up. The third thing I learned is, no one cares where you're from. So I thought I would fall behind when I first started. I was probably the only student in my grade without a relevant bachelor degree. Truth to be told, I didn't even have gig experience. All I did after obtaining decent grades on paper was play for relaxation and for my church. I honestly felt like a potato when I first started, a bit overwhelmed as well. But quickly I realized that I overthought. Maybe it's due to the fact that there is no Bachelor of Music Therapy degree in Australia. Everyone was actually as clueless as I was. Everyone kind of jumped into the unknown one way or another. I just did not have as much music experience as others. But guess what? No one cares. Everyone focuses on themselves more than others. In fact, when I told people I was an accountant before taking up this degree, they would think that I had stronger skill set, great enough to pivot my career. So, when you are in a new field, think of it as a fresh start. Your history and background don't matter. The universe doesn't care about your past. Imposter syndrome. To be honest, I think I'm still struggling with this. When you first start something new, something you feel out of your league, it's hard not to question yourself. Who am I to do this? And who am I to teach anything? Have you ever wondered what really makes experts stand out? Experience. You gain confidence through experience. That's why you need to take the first step in order to gain that experience, right? You get to learn what works and what doesn't. Then you can go tell people the tricks and tips on that area. Let's look at this example. Say you play the piano. Not world class like Lang Lang, but you don't need to think that far. Let's say you're pretty good at it, maybe like level 8 or 9 on a scale of 10. You can teach people how to play piano from level 1 to level 6 at least. Even if you've only played for 3 years, you can still teach the beginners what you did when you first started. Add your story and your experience in your narration. I've learned so much about music therapy this year. I'm a completely different person now comparing to the past self 1 year ago. I'm not saying I know everything now, and it's quite impossible in this field anyway. I just know enough and I can share my experience about improving my musical skills, nailing the audition, and doing well in school. I can literally give advice to my old self 1 year ago. And now, as I'm still struggling with imposter syndrome, I take action anyway by sharing what I know and my journey online. Time management. This is a lifelong lesson. We have different goals, needs and schedules in different life stages. I was fortunate to be a full-time student in 2020, which meant that I had all the time in the world to do whatever I wanted. The lockdown sped up my learning process. I quickly decided that I wasn't going to be like most people in 2020, waking up at 8:58 a.m. for that 9 a.m. meeting. I learned all the productivity, time management hacks that I could find, and I tested them out to find the one that suited me most. I learned how to manage different projects, check my progress, boost my performance, and invest time in my future. This is arguably the most important skill in life. Life is all about choices and priorities. Set your priority, eliminate distractions, and commit to the process. Doing a master's degree doesn't necessarily mean that you need to double your effort as you did in your bachelor degree. Use the 80-20 rule in everything you do. Identify the key areas that contribute to the majority of the results. You will find yourself enjoying life apart from having a busy schedule. Music therapy is a lot of things: psychology, musicology, physics, biology, psychotherapy, and physiotherapy. Knowledge has no limit. We can only pick up the skills as we go. No matter what you're studying or working on, when it comes to a new area or new subject, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. The key thing that I learned over the past year is to pick up a few crucial areas and take consistent baby steps every single day. For example, you can read 10 to 20 pages of a key textbook and practice guitar chord progression every day. A blend of theoretical and practical knowledge will get you a long way. You need knowledge in your head, but you also need to take action to apply that knowledge in the real world. Knowing what to work on is key. Again, use the 80-20 rule. Then understand that you could only absorb that much in a short period of time, so play the long game. Don't be too hard on yourself. And the last thing I learned is, this is a self-discovery journey. Learning is a great self-reflection activity. To me, it's fun to study anything psychology or therapy related. When you come across a new concept, you can quickly apply that in your experience to get deeper understanding or to challenge your previous perspectives. Over the past year, I've also learned how I can perform better, when I'm the most productive, and where to draw my boundaries. I also unlearned about who I thought I was. Overall, I got to know myself better. It's a great self-discovery journey. If you have made it to this point, thank you for sticking with me in this learning journey. I've become who I wanted to be last year. Now, when I look back and count my achievements, I feel super grateful. It's a privilege to jump into the design industry, to learn from all the amazing people, and to know more about myself. This time next year, I will be finishing my Master of Creative Music Therapy degree, and I can't wait to see what lies ahead. If you're interested in knowing how I pivoted my life from accounting to music therapy, go check out this video here. If you want to take a front row seat of my student and creative life, go follow my Instagram and Twitter. Links in the description box below. Thanks for watching and see you next time.